Bev here with a video, and what I'm going to talk about is my December 21st skiing accident, where I experienced bilateral tibia fractures, and that means basically 2 broken legs below the knees. So I could do no weight bearing for 10, and I was 10 weeks in a hospital bed. By the way, if you hear this noise in the background, my husband wanted to take up drums, so he bought a set of drums. I said, "Oh yeah, no problem. Just put them in the family room." So anyway, so the orthopedic surgeon was shocked that I actually, after the accident, skied back down the hill and then drove myself home because my husband wasn't with me. And of course, then I couldn't get out of the car. My legs were so, blown up. Anyway, he said I could not start partial weight bearing until March, and that I probably wouldn't be walking normally until sometime in the summer. And I said, just watch me. So throughout the process, I kept in mind that there are many, many, many people who have far worse medical issues than me. I mean, mine had an end date. People would love to just have a couple of broken legs, right? So what helped me is I was highly fit, very physically fit from weightlifting. I was not obese, as you know from my book. If you eat properly and exercise, you can lose your obesity, as I had. But in the hospital, the nurses, they're like, "Well, we're going to have to give you a catheter because you can't get it." I said, "I'm not taking a catheter. I'm not sick." And then, once you get a catheter, well, then you've got a diaper. You have absolutely no mobility. And when you're in a hospital, if you start losing your mobility, it's downhill from there. So I argued with them. I refused to take one. I did my own bedpans. They said, "Well, you can't do that." Yes, I can. And yes, I did. But anyway, in March, when I could do a bit of weight bearing, I started off in a wheelchair. My legs were straight, but eventually I could bend them. And then I moved to a walker, and then eventually used a cane. By mid-April, I went back to the gym. Now, mind you, I was doing upper body, not lower body. I couldn't do a lot of lower body exercises. But I have to say, I forgot to say about the wheelchair. Oh my God, it's not for the faint-hearted. I mean, it's pretty scary in a wheelchair. One time we were going food shopping, and when you're stuck in a hospital bed and suddenly you can get out. I mean, I was like an old dog. Every time Dave went something, "Can I go with you? I want to go in the car too." But anyway, when I could get in and out of the car with a transfer board from the wheelchair, so we would go food shopping together, and Dave had to go to some store up the way, and I said, "Oh, I can make my way down to the Loblaws. I'm on the same side. I'll go myself, and you can meet me in the store." Oh my God, the sidewalk was tilted toward the cars, and you had to be careful with the wheels. You couldn't turn one the same speed as the other. Then it started downhill, and I started picking up speed. That was kind of scary. Anyway, then I got to the front door of the Loblaws, and of course, the door automatically opens, and I think, "Okay, I'm going in." No, I couldn't get the front wheels over the lip. Anyway, it was just one issue after the other in a wheelchair. So, as I say, it wasn't for the faint-hearted. Anyway, by early May, no cane, and by yesterday, let's say mid-May, I'm on my Harley, and I was out for a 3-hour ride. No problem. Okay, so what I would say is this has been the most devastating and debilitating event that I have ever had to deal with in my life, and I'm talking both physiologically and psychologically. But I needed a positive attitude. I needed high resilience, determination, and I had to stick with serious rehab therapy, which I did. This thing keeps moving. Okay. But, I wanted to ski next year. I wanted to ride my motorcycle this summer. So I had to have mini goals. I can't think of those big distance things because it's kind of depressing, right? So I had to start bending the knees. Then I had to get home from the hospital. These are all my mini goals. I wanted to get out of a wheelchair. Believe it or not, wearing jeans was one of my mini goals. Being able to shower myself and wash my own hair without having some PSW coming in. I wanted to drive the car. I wanted to be able to climb stairs and eventually the Harley. And I have to tell you, I have bought my 24-25 ski pass for next year. And a lot of people say, well, why would you do that? Well, yes, I've always known that skiing downhill is an inherently dangerous sport, but I'm not giving it up just because I had an accident last year. No way. I love skiing. Okay, so I still have stiff legs. If I've been sitting for a while and I get up, my knees are still a bit stiff. And my right knee is a bit wonky, but I think it's because it must have more soft tissue damage. But this journey has been an affirmation of all of the videos on my Instagram and my YouTube, all of the videos on the benefits of physical fitness via weightlifting. You know, building bone strength, tendon strength, ligament strength, muscle strength. You know, so by my book, if I had remained obese, if I had never joined a gym, I would be like those people that they thought I would. You know, it was ageism, right? I'm in the hospital and they're like, oh, you're never going to do this. You're never going to be walking by then. You know, you'll be lucky if you're walking normally by the end of the summer. You know, because they looked at my age. They didn't know I was fit. So please take care of yourself. Don't get obese. Remain strong. Build up your bone and muscle strength with weightlifting. Okay, see you in the next video. Bye for now.